Before we get into what Living the Dream Foundation, or before we get into more about Living the Dream Foundation, do you think you could just explain to people who are maybe unfamiliar with it, what you guys do?
Absolutely. Yeah. So Living the Dream we're a nonprofit and we work within the music industry, and we provide VIP all access experiences for kids and young adults who are suffering from life-threatening illnesses. So working within the music industry, we bring our guests out to festivals, to concerts. We have special Zoom hangs where we connect, our guests with like their favorite band, favorite artist. At the festivals, they get to go backstage. They have full access with on stage, backstage, watching the bands, meeting the bands, taking photos. This full VIP experience, and it's all about living in the moment, bringing energy to our guests, like joy, just giving them hope and strength to continue fighting their illnesses. They're literally fighting for their lives, and these are the people who I think deserve it most in these kind of like crazy fun experiences. So yeah, that's what we do. And during the pandemic, we started doing the Zoom ones, which were super fun. We just did one with Corey Taylor and this kid.
I saw that.
That was amazing. We've done one with Cave Town, with Third Eye Blind, 303. It's just been a super cool thing because we already work within the music industry. Like you and I, we can make like one text or one phone call and we can connect this individual who's going through whatever it is, like cancer, freaking
unfathomable things.
Yeah. The hardest things that any of us could ever imagine. And they're just going through them. And, for us to just kind of connect people like that, it's easy for us to do. And it's super powerful when it happens. Like it's the most beautiful, impactful thing I've ever seen. Every time we call them dream days. Every time we do dream day, it's just it just fuels the whole thing. It's amazing.
I feel like musicians understand and you understand because like you said, one of the most rewarding parts about making music is seeing the reaction on the people's faces when you play it live. Mm-hmm. And I imagine that Living the Dream Foundation emulates that on a whole nother level, or maybe a similar level with just in a different avenue. But I was wondering if being the person, and by no means am I saying you're doing this because of how it makes you feel. I just want to know, being the person that connects said fan to Corey Taylor, what is it like, interacting with that fan, and what do you learn? What have you learned from these people that you otherwise might not have this interaction with, at least not as being the person who brings it all together, if that makes sense?
Mm-hmm. From my personal experience, you learn just perspective and just how strong people can be, and just appreciating your life. And, when you see someone who's going through their 15th round of chemo,
oh goodness,
and you're and they're still super happy and have a completely different view on life than you. They've really kind of realized something that you maybe don't quite know yet. And they're kind of living on an elevated version of life, where every moment is important and every friend they have is important. And, it's kind of a real honor to meet them. Really, when you talk to them, you feel I feel like I look up to them and everything they're going through. It's just damn, you're a badass human being. Really, all of them. So yeah, I think that's been a big part of it for me going into it.
Well, that's awesome. Not the scenario there. What I'm saying is awesome. It's great that you're doing that. And I like that you've carved out time in your life to make this happen. I'm sure that it feels very full of purpose. And I think that's probably why you're I have a busy life, but I can make room for this. And it'll probably, are you planning on doing this for, an indefinite amount of time? Is this a lifelong kind of endeavor now?
Yeah, totally. It's so crazy how it all came, into my life. I wasn't even searching for this or I never even thought about, being in the nonprofit world, or it all happened so organically and naturally that it was almost just it was just meant to be. I don't know. It was just one of these meant to be moments in life where, the thing just kind of presented itself, and then all of a sudden we're doing it. And now it's a part of my life, and it's Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think it came in a time when I was personally looking for something else in life, you know, that's not just music, you know, like having something else to like kind of put your time and your mind to, is cool as well.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's valuable. Well, I'm happy you're doing it. And if you ever need help with anything, somehow let me know.
Oh yeah.
Everybody in the music industry wants to help, you know, organizations like that. I like that about the music industry, especially artists are like, oh, I have time always for this.
Totally. Yeah. And that's like kind of what we've been finding. Like, you know, it's super easy for all of us to kind of like change someone's life, like just in a little conversation and a hang. And that's been a big eye-opening thing. You know, I really want to continue to kind of grow this within our music community and have it just be something that like, that we all kind of recognize and kind of be a part of in some way. So yeah, I would definitely want to get you involved. I'm for sure going to be knocking on your door for something at some point.